Welcome back. My name is Orion and this is the second part of foundational mobility. Alright, so go ahead, have a seat on the ground, and just like we started last time, straighten your arms, straighten your back. Try to create a lot of separation between your shoulder and your ears. Alright, from here you're just going to start pointing and flexing the feet, just like so, really focusing on keeping your back as straight as possible. Good. Next we're going to do rotations in the same direction. Really trying to be nice and fluid with the movement, pointing and flexing your toes as the feet go forward and come back. And good, switch directions. Again, really trying to create as much separation between the shoulder and ear as possible. Good, now let's go ahead and do alternating directions. And switch. Try to move as fluidly as possible. Take all that jerky motion out of there. Good, alright, next. Come into our figure 4 just like so. What you're going to do from here is just post up. Okay, so it's about a 50-50 weight distribution between your front ankle and your back leg. So you're sitting on the back leg. Make sure on the front ankle the heel is flat on the ground. Good, next go ahead. Transfer over to the other side. Posting up. And again, keep transferring. Now as you transfer, I want you to slowly start to bend your elbow down to the ground so you can really kind of stretch out your inner thighs. So post, stretch down, remembering to keep that supporting leg nice and flat, and down, post, down, just a couple more, 4 more, that's 1. Good, so this is really help opening up your hips and your ankle joints, getting them ready to move. Really, if you can, try to get your elbow all the way down to the ground. Good. Alright, next from here, come back into our seated position. So like so, you're going to reach your arms out all the way. Take your left palm, turn it up to the ceiling. Take your right palm, turn your knuckles down to the floor. Look towards your right. We're going to start doing our Egyptian. So you're just going to rotate, switch the position, always looking to the extended palm. Alright, and just keep repping that. Okay, go through a full range of motion and then just go ahead and switch back to the other side. It's not too fast, not too slow. It's a nice pace. Also, while doing this, you should be trying to reach to the corners of the room so that you're really creating separation in your shoulder blades. And once again, always keeping that nice upright posture. Good, next from here, guys, go ahead. Let's start our S's. So from here, reach up, keeping your head straight. Try to touch behind, come to a nice comfortable position. Hold for 1 count and then go back. 1,000 and switch. 1,000 switch. 1,000 switch. Good. Keeping your chest nice and open as you're separating your arms, really opening up from the chest. Just a couple more. Again. Good, guys. Next from here, go ahead, roll into your prone position, so on the ground like so. Alright, from here, you're going to pick your chest up off the ground, and you're going to continue doing your S's, okay? From here, once again, coming to a comfortable position. You should really feel your shoulders starting to open up now. Good, next from here, let's come into Cobra. So hands directly underneath your shoulders, push up. Alright, looking up towards the ceiling, and we're going to begin our hip pump progression. So from here, hinge into downward dog. Good, next from here, back down, looking up. Look over the right shoulder, pushing the left hip into the ground. Look over the left shoulder, pushing the right hip into the ground. Back to downward dog. Okay, that's 1 rep. Go ahead, back down, looking up. In Cobra. Over the right shoulder, over the left shoulder. Make sure you're turning those hips back into downward dog. Okay, from here, kind of bicycle your feet a little bit. You know, get those hamstrings and ankles super warm, trying to increase that mobility, and then really push your chest through as much as you can. Good. Next, go ahead down one last time, looking up. Over the right shoulder, over the left shoulder. Go ahead, hinge back into downward dog. Good. Now next, guys, go ahead, come into your plank position. Like so, you're going to step forward with the left leg, just like so. Now, guys, what I want you to do from here is imagine that your left knee is shooting forward and your left heel is shooting back. All right, so you're creating separation in your hip joint. All right, next from here, rotating on your right arm. Look up towards the ceiling without turning your hips. So I don't want your hips to open like so. Keep them right where they are. Rotate, hold. Good. Now switch sides. Rotate in the opposite direction. That's 2. 2 more. 3. Last one. 4. Good. Go ahead. Come back to your plank. All right. Make sure your arms are packed into their sockets. Do 3 push-ups. 1, 2, 3. And go ahead, step forward with the right leg. Once again, making sure the right knee is shooting forward. Your right hip is shooting back to get as much separation in your hip joint as you can. Now, rotating with the left hand, go ahead, turn. Right hand, turn. Left hand, turn. Right hand, turn. All right, good. Let's go ahead, back to your plank. 3 more push-ups. Step forward with the left leg. One more time. We'll do 1 more set on each side. So rotate right and left. Again, keeping those legs straight. Right. Trying to let your hip turn. Left. Good. Back to plank. 3 more push-ups. Remember, you can always substitute for knee on the ground push-ups if your arm starts to give. Good, go ahead, step out with the right leg. It's again separating that hip. Rotate with the left arm. Right arm. Left. Right. Ahead, last 3 push-ups. Go ahead, hinge into downward dog. And let your chest relax for a second. Go ahead, bicycle your feet a couple times. Good, all right guys, next go ahead. Just come onto your knees, shake your arms out. If your wrists are sore, I want you to do is put your thumb right in this soft point in your wrist. Pull, all right, to create separation, and shake your wrist a little bit. It's gonna help just the blood get into the joint and just really relax it. Good, go ahead, do the other side. Really in the soft spot of your wrist. Go ahead, separate the joint, and just shake a couple of times. All right, guys, next, we're going to get into our crawling, okay? So, what you're going to do, go ahead, get in a 4-point position, so hands right underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Your hands and your knees should be spaced the same distance apart. Now, from here, guys, what you're going to do, pick up the right hand and the left leg, left knee. And hold. All right, now switch. Left hand, right knee. Hold. All right, switch back to the other side. Hold. So you're really keeping that core nice and stable, trying to keep your back nice and straight and your hips low. And switch. 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 All right, good. So next, what we're going to be doing is actually working on our crawling. So simultaneously, picking up the left hand and the right knee, go ahead, take a small step forward. All right, keeping the hips low, forward. Okay, and 3. Good, now let's go back for 1, 2, and 3. Make sure the hand and knee touch down on the ground at the same time. 2 more times, let's go 1, 2, 3, and back 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's your basic crawling. Now we're going to come into our creeping position. So, from here, like we did just before, come into your 4-point position. Now you're going to bring your knees off the ground, but really maintaining a nice neutral spine. From here, guys, really always make sure your hands and feet are the same distance apart, or else it's going to be hard to hold these positions. So go ahead, take your right hand and left foot off the floor and hold. 3, and switch. Other side. Really keeping the abs nice and tight to maintain as much stability as you can. Switch. Good. And switch. Keep the abs tight. 2 more. Switch. And switch. Good. Next, come back down to your knees. Sit on your haunches. Relax a little bit. Shake your hands out. Shake your wrists out if you need to. All right. So now, we're going to do creeping, okay? So walking forward, walking back, just like you did with the crawling, now with the knees elevated off the floor. So from here, get in your position, like so, knees up, all right, step, 1, 2, 3, and back, 1, 2, and 3. Always touching down at the same time, 1, 2, 3, good, and back, 1, 2, 3, good, one more set, 1, 2, 3, and back, 1, 2, 3. Excellent, good. Go ahead, relax. Shake your wrists out. All right, next, guys, from that creeping position, okay, you're going to imagine your nose is a pencil and you're going to trace a big figure 8 on the floor in front of you. So let me show you how that's done. So from here, go ahead, come up onto your knee, off your knees, just like so. You're going to trace the figure 8 with your nose. Okay, nice and big, really making it as large as you possibly can. Coming all the way forward and all the way back, keeping your hips nice and low, keeping your back nice and flat. So go ahead, keep going. One more in this direction. Come all the way forward as far as you can. All right, and switch directions now. Good, keeping the hips low, lean all the way forward if you can so your legs are almost straight, and then all the way back. Really trying to keep the hips nice and low the entire time. And relax. Nice. Good stuff. All right, guys, so next, that's our basic warm-up. Now we'll come into the strength section. So from here, go ahead, stand up. All right, we're going to work on a side lunge to a squat to some push-ups. So I'll go through the complex with you one time, and then you'll take it over from there. So from here first, all right, take a nice wide stance. Everyone's stance is going to be a little bit different depending on your level of mobility and flexibility. So from here, go ahead. I want you to rotate your left leg up towards the ceiling so the toes are off the ground. From here, guys, reaching forward, pushing the hips back. Go ahead, come into a nice deep side lunge. Come all the way back up. All right, the safety points on this, I don't want the knee to move over the toe because then it puts too much shearing force in your kneecap, all right? Go ahead, really reach back with your hips like as if you were trying to touch the wall behind you. Come down to as low as you're comfortable. Come right back up, all right? Then after that, you switch to the other side. Okay, so from here, we're going to alternating, do 8 reps total. Now here, 1. Come up, switch. 2. Switch. 3. Switch. 4, 5, 6, really controlling it the whole time. 2 more, 7, last one, 8. Good, from here, bring your feet together, slightly rotate it out to the side, and low squats, called frog squats. So here, all the way down, it's 1. Make sure the glutes and the abs are tight when you come up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. On 9, go ahead, come down, kick back up into your push-up position. Make sure you're really rotating those elbows down towards the feet. 8 push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. After that, go ahead, hop right back up. And then back into your side bends, okay? So once again, 8 side lunges total, alternating sides, 8 deep squats, 8 push-ups. Go ahead, do that for 4 rounds, all right? Take rest as necessary. Remember, strength is a skill and it needs to be practiced. So really take your time, focus on good technique. All right, that's all I got for you today. Once again, this is Orion Lee with our Foundational Mobility Part 2. Thank you, guys. Have a great day.